right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to your weekly sexual wellness tip with Vicki and
Amber.
Amber. Thank you for joining us, everyone. So today we're going to be talking about sex care is self-care. Oh,
I love
that's
this
a
topic.
me too. Me too. One of the things that we were talking about this was how we talked about how mental health and sexual health, they really hinge on each other. And I do want to spend a little bit of the time talking about that and how the whole body is affected. So what are your thoughts on sexual care being sex care being self-care?
Honestly, I think it's really important, but I also think that when you say like hinging on your mental health, it makes a huge difference of where your head's at as to what's happening in the bedroom.
100%.
And
Like I
yeah,
know if the brain isn't in it, we hear this from our clients all the time. Their brain isn't in it, but their body's like, do I? Don't I? What do I need? Right.
right.
So I think, and of course, expressing that to a partner, if you have one, is also something that's a really tough topic. So it's one of those things where we need to have that open communication. We need to be able to share our thoughts and our feelings.
Yeah, and I mean, and sometimes, and I'm sure a lot of people who might listen is, I just am not in the mood. And
Right.
I don't know how to get there. And oftentimes, maybe we're just thinking about all the other things like, what to make for dinner tonight. That's like the worst topic.
Yeah. Have you ever, I'm just as generic, but we hear this. Do you ever like trail off in the middle and you're thinking about 10 other things that you could be doing in this moment? I
Hmm.
mean, sometimes we're just not prioritizing things
No.
properly and we're trying to fit sex in and it doesn't necessarily work with the mindset in the moment. And I think that's why foreplay is so important, but we're going to talk about that again at a later date. But it's just so important to incorporate it all.
Oh yeah. I mean, you could be thinking about something, or you could open your eyes and you got a pile of laundry in the corner, and you're just that's just mood killer, like right there.
Totally. And you know what? Sometimes, especially as women, we have to prep our brain and our body. So sometimes it's that nice hot shower before, and sometimes it's, wearing something soft and silky underneath your clothing all day, something that kind of warms you up to the idea so that when it gets down to, due time, that, your body is ready and your brain is ready. You've kind of got yourself in that same space, but God help me if somebody asks me to do the dishes or that laundry first, because that is going to be that'll be a mood killer for sure.
Done.
But when we're taking care of ourselves and we're making sure that that we're feeling good, I think that that really adds to the experience.
Okay, so now taking care of yourself. Like you should be, like you said, getting ready in the morning. You could put something sexy on for your day, right? But it starts in the morning. Like it starts with feeling good. It could be as simple as, shaving your legs. Like,
Yeah, a skincare routine.
yeah.
Yeah. When we love ourselves enough to take care of ourselves, we can share that.
Exactly. And it just makes us feel good. And if we're feeling good, it's going to help later on in the bedroom. But what
Yeah.
happens if you're not in the mood, Vicky? Like, you
Yeah.
know,
Everything prior translates for sure. And when you're not in the mood, there are lots of things that you can do to help get yourself in the mood. I love to talk about practicing masturbation. I don't know if we're going to get the little censor here, and that's the little bar over me, but um, you know, practicing masturbation is a really big piece of this too, because if we don't know what we like, it's really hard to share that with someone else if we have someone to share that with. And if you don't, sex care is self care is even a bigger important piece of your day. We need to be masturbating twice a day, once in the morning. We're a better coworker, we're a better friend. And then at bedtime, because we sleep really well after we've been masturbating.
it is. And I think, it is, that's a really good point. Like sex in itself, but going around that, sex in itself or masturbation or whatever, whether you're by yourself with a partner, it doesn't matter. It it in turn helps with your mental health.
Yeah, it sure does. I mean,
So
all of the wonderful chemicals that are allowed out of your body, that serotonin, that relaxation. There's so many benefits of orgasm that it just doesn't make any sense why we actually don't make that a part of our routine. It just needs to be just like brushing your teeth and washing your face, Amber.
yeah. So why do you think women aren't making up that a part of the routine?
I think, well, this might not be popular. I think that we've been conditioned to think that our bodies are not the ones that need the attention. I think that we've been conditioned to think that we're just supposed to be able to do without, and it doesn't matter. But I think that we're changing that, Amber. You and I, we're changing that.
Oh
We're
yeah.
changing
I
that
mean,
every day.
between us, we've got a lot of experience.
We, we,
And
we
I hope that I'm helping women and changing it. I think I am.
100% we are. I think that what we do has become, for us, not just something that we do because, yes, this is a great income we're earning, or yes, we're helping women, but we do it because we see such great value in it that I can't imagine my life without helping other women find that satisfaction within themselves. And I just think it's such an important piece. I remember one time I had a conversation with my daughter when she was younger, just starting to be sexually active. And I said something along the lines of, don't you ever think that there is another person out there that can make you feel any better than you can make yourself feel. And I just think that's really important, because that just builds so much self-esteem and self-worth. And you're like, yeah, I got this. And I think that's what we do in our business every single day. So I feel really, I wish I had a Vicki or an Amber in my life when I was 18, 19, 20, 25, 30.
Right.
Totally.
And it's just important. And I don't care how old you are, whether you're 25 or you're 55, like it really 65, it really does not matter. I think that it's really important to take some time to make that time for you, for sexual wellness, for just self-pleasure, or even just relaxation and romantic time for you and your partner. And it doesn't have to be sex.
No, no. I hate that orgasm seems to be like the prize. I feel
Mhm.
like the prize is the journey. The prize is the connection with your own body, with a partner. That's the prize. And I think that we're changing how we focus on things, but I do think that sometimes that's where the focus lies.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's break it down.
Okay.
We want to get ready. We want to be, we need a little bit of sex care for our self-care. Where are we starting? We're starting in the morning. We might shave our legs. We might
Yeah.
put on something sexy underneath our clothing. We may, if we have a partner, are sending them, I don't know, like a
Oh,
little
well, no.
sneak peek, like a little picture. You know what I mean? Like you never know what you might send your partner. It could be just a simple little text, like, "Ooh, I put my favorite panties on today." Like it could be anything, right?
Yeah.
Just to get that started. And now your mind is thinking, what's happening later on.
Yes, if you think they're not thinking about that all day long, mm-mm-mm. And it's
Yeah.
just the same as when you feel that fabric rubbing against your skin all day long. It's that same sense of foreplay that happens all day long. So I love
Mhm.
that.
Yep,
So from
exactly.
there, you might want to just sort of set the mood, set the tone. And again, for yourself, you might have a bubble bath. You might, after work, have a little relaxation time, a glass of wine, if that's what you like to do, whatever that might look like. And then know that teasing that you may have provided yourself or a partner throughout that day, that can then build into something more. So think about caring for each other or yourself. What does that look like? Think about, again, relaxation. We've got so many incredible massage tools, Amber. Like, there's just no reason for someone to be doing everything manually. I mean, manually is fine too, but we have lots of massage tools, and that heated heart that we have, and the in good hands gloves. Those things are amazing just for your own self-care. Foot reflexology, really pressing on some of those pressure points that just get your erogenous zones going. All of those things are going to be really important before you even get to the bedroom.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, and once it comes down to it, okay, you've hit that nighttime, whatever it is that you love to do for some self-care and some me time. Maybe you have kids at home and you've put your kids to bed now and everything's kind of settling down. Whatever that is to unwind that you've done, now you could move on to self-pleasure, turn some music on, maybe light some candles, whatever that looks like for you. But I think it's really important to get into that mindset. And if for some reason you're like thinking, I don't know, like it's really hard. Maybe by the time you get home and you've fed the kids and you've done this and you've done that, maybe all the stuff at the beginning, you're like, oh, I kind of forgot about what was happening this morning.
Yeah.
But
And
we have some great products for that too. Like, our amp, like this is a great kind of get that arousal going again. You're like, oh, put the kids to bed, apply a little amp, get a glass of wine. You never know what's going to happen, right? Well, we know what's going to
And you
happen.
know what? It's so easy to allow our exhaustion from the day take over, even though we have set the tone and we've done all the things that we know we needed to do to get ourselves there. Fight that. Fight that urge to just say, no, I'm going to just wrap those blankets up to my nose and go to sleep. Fight that urge. Serve yourself, serve a partner, serve your relationship, and enjoy it.
Yeah. And I think it's kind of like too, like when we don't want to go out. Maybe somebody calls us and we're like, I really want to go. I want to come out. I don't know. I just got out in my pajamas. Like, I don't think I want to go anywhere. But then you just fight through it and you go and you have the best freaking time ever. And you're like, oh my gosh, why don't I do this more often?
Yep, every time. I had a
Think about it
client
like that too.
tell me the other day that her and her partner were just finished, and she looked over at him and said, "Why don't we do this more often?"
Exactly.
Because once you've done it, you're like, "Dang, I want to go on that roller coaster every day."
And then life happens and we stop, and then we stop caring for ourselves, and then it just gets that snowball rolling in the wrong direction.
Exactly. All right, you guys, you have it. There you go. This is Vicki Gower and
Amber Taylor.
Amber Taylor. We're so happy that you joined us.